everyone! I want to bring up a point today that's a little more controversial in the T and Q communities. Education. What do I mean? Well, let's put it like this. The other day I was asked that question that we all get once in a while. What's down below? Well, rather than telling that person to screw off, I told him. I said, I'm male to female, and I haven't had gender confirming surgery yet. And that's how I explained it to him. It wasn't a big deal. And I think we need to stop making it a big deal. Because the more we make it a big deal, the more people will be turned off by trans people. See, here's the thing that I believe. What we have is we have all these people all around us seeing trans people on television, in print, in all forms of media, especially on the internet. There's this big movement to be you, to be who you want to be. Within the community, there's an understanding of that. People get it. But outside of that community, there's not. People don't understand that. They don't understand why you don't feel normal. And if we keep pushing them away, and we keep telling them that's not an appropriate question, that's not an appropriate thing to say, then we're pushing them further away because they don't know how to bring these topics up. I think we need to focus less on telling people that's not a good question and focus more on educating that person. Like I said before, trans is everywhere, and people outside of the trans community are curious. And when you become curious, you seek out knowledge. And how do they seek out knowledge? Well, they either seek it out through online, or they meet a trans person, and then this trans person tells them to screw off. This person just got somebody who's angry. They've never met a trans person before, and yet this one trans person says to screw off because they asked the wrong question or they worded it the wrong way. 9 out of 10 times, especially here in Seattle, people aren't trying to degrade you or bring you down. They just don't know. They don't know how to ask. They don't know the proper terminologies. They don't know. The more we push people away, the more questions they'll have. They're also left to their own devices to find information on trans people. And you know how much misinformation there is on trans people? That's a scary thought. If we push people away, if we tell them to screw off, this person is now left with a negative view of trans people. We need to start educating people. We need to bring them in. We need to say, well, I haven't had my gender confirming surgery yet, but the thing with gender education is it's not taught widely in schools. So unfortunately, that means for us on the gender spectrum, we have to educate. Because if we're not educating, nobody else will. And so with this lack of education, there's a lack of understanding. And if every time this person goes out to seek knowledge or is curious, we give them a negative action, they're just going to be turned off. And this might not be true for everyone, but I feel like for the majority of people, it is. And we really need to stop being so standoffish and be more accepting of those who are willing to ask those questions. Unless it's like a bigot, hateful person, then you can just tell them to screw off. Thanks for watching my video. Okay, so a little bit of a channel update here. I'm going to be releasing videos every Thursday now. Sometimes they're going to be like this. Sometimes they're going to be a little bit more vloggy style like I've done in the past. So with these types of videos, I'm going to kind of take on a controversial or counterpoint approach because I think it's really important to have an arguable topic that kind of goes against the status quo of our community. With that said, I encourage you to comment down below and tell me I'm wrong. Please, Tell me I'm wrong. Educate me. Tell me how I should be thinking. So in other news, I got a Patreon account. So if you want to be a patron of this channel, you can click this link right here. And by donating, I'll be able to deliver more content, more music, more art, and more controversy to this channel. So please consider donating, and thanks. Alright, so I think that's it. And I just kind of want to thank everyone who's kind of been with me since like the beginning, and like my channel is starting to really grow, and it's kind of cool. It's also kind of scary, but anyway, I really appreciate you all. I love your comments. Please don't stop commenting. I love reading them, and you do know that I reply to every single one. Sometimes I don't get to them right away, but I really like your comments. That's my favorite part. Alright everyone, thanks all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. So when I went through health class, it was kind of like this, or this. That's all we talked about. We didn't talk about gender. It was only sex.